വെയിറ്റ് ഇപ്പം നേരം വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. ശ്രമിക്കുക. Being confusion they will have this running down of restaurants. നമുക്ക് electromagnetic theory. What is electromagnetic theory? First is electrostatics. Just once more. What is electrostatics? Electrostatics is the study of charges at rest. Then just opposite, moving charges. They are electric current. I is equal to dq by dt. Then we discussed about Coulomb's law. Then in that chapter also Gauss's law very important. 1 by epsilon 0 times q is equal to E dot ds. That is the just a point to just in one line we can say that E dot ds is equal to epsilon is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 times q or q by epsilon 0. That is Gauss law. Gauss law means we are assuming a Gaussian surface. That may be an imaginary surface, maybe in the form of a cylinder or a circle, or that based on our convenience. There is no strict rule. Just assume a cylinder, just assume a sphere, just assume a circle. Nothing like that. For calculating the electric field inside and outside, something like that, we are assuming a Gaussian surface. That is the principle behind the Gauss's theorem. Just simply, we can say that E dot ds is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 times q is equal to flux. That is simply Gauss's theorem. Then we discussed about the capacitance in series and parallel. Capacity, that is also important. The points to remember, that is in series. Draw the diagram also. That is when two capacitors are connected in series, what happens? Two capacitors are connected in parallel, what happens? An easy way to remember whether it is in series or in parallel. Series means division. Division means each and every partner will get only a fraction. That is the meaning of division. Division means just a division. That means reduction. Okay. Reduction means that means 58,000 or something. That divided by 2. Or that divided by 3 or that divided by 4. Something is each and every partner will get only a 1 by 4th or 1 by 3rd or 1 by 2, something like that, not full. That means division means a family, division means a problem. That means less, a reduction, losing the members, etc., losing the happiness, etc., etc. That means addition means happiness. One skill, adding another skill, adding another skill, adding another skill. That is happiness. That is singing skill. For example, like singing skill, mimicry skill, drawing skill, writing skill, good handwriting, good skill for memorizing each and everything based on time, space and events. Physics means the study of time, space and physical conditions also. Physics is basically the study of energy, matter, physical materials, that is physical substance around our world, and also the study of motion. In your terms also, it may be, we can classify it as electrostatics, moving charges, I is equal to dq by dt. Just opposite to that of phi, that is resistance. Resistance also that can be also be connected in series and in parallel. Just opposite to that of capacitance, R series is equal to R1 plus R2. R series. That means R suffix S is equal to R1 plus R2 or R3. But R parallel is equal to R1 into R2 into R3 divided by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R1 R3. That is when resistance are connected in parallel. And also another thing is that R is equal to rho L by A. Rho is the resistivity, L is the length of the conductor. That means in your practical also, if you someone want to calculate the resistivity of a wire or something like that, by using a screw gauge or something like that, you are measuring something. That means measuring the that area, diameter. Diameter means 2r. 2r is equal to d. That is by using a screw gauge. It is better screw gauge. Vernier okay, but for minute wires etc., screw gauge is an innovator. For something measuring this or something like that, vernier. But for small wires, when the area of cross section is very less, screw gauge is necessary. That is R is equal to rho L by E. Then measuring the length and calculating the area of cross section. Area of cross section, that is in the form of a assume that geometrical shape, then that area. If it is pi r square, then assume pi r square, substituting the value of pi 22 by 7 or 3.14 something like that. Just converting that r into smaller units, that smaller units into basic units, and including in that bracket and just squaring it, we get the exact value. R is equal to rho L by A, and the units, for example, resistance ohm, capacitance farad, inductance L, resistance means ohms, etc. like that, and potential coulomb, charge means coulomb, like that, and also 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 means 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square coulomb raised to minus 1. Just in the case of gravitational force, Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. That is the only difference. Another thing is that, so we have electrostatics, then on the other side magnetostatics. Electricity plus magnetism. That means electromagnetic. That means that going to form electromagnetic. We can generate waves. Electromagnetic waves. And also electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum starting from a radio wave. Radio wave having higher the wavelength. When the wavelength increases, frequency decreases. And also we discuss about dispersion. And also reflection, refraction. Refraction is nothing. That means bouncing back. When light hits on a particular surface, bouncing back and just reflect. That is known as reflection. That is, it obeys the laws of reflection. Angle I is equal to angle R, and also this normal, this also lies in the same plane. Refraction is that bending of light rays when light travels from one medium to another. With respect to another medium, for example, that depends. Some medium is denser than something, some medium is rarer. For example, when light travels from vacuum to air, because the refractive index of air is 1.003 something like, nearly equal to 1, but actually not 1. The exact value of refractive index with respect to vacuum is 1. That means unity. Unity means 1. That means, what is the definition of refractive index? Velocity of light in vacuum divided by velocity of light in the medium. That is the exact value of refractive index. Suppose if glass having refractive index 1.5, that means that 1.5 means greater than 1. Greater than 1 means numerator should be greater than denominator. Then according to our definition, what is refractive index? Refractive index means the velocity of light in vacuum divided by velocity of light in the medium. Velocity of light in vacuum, that is a constant, nearly equal to 2.99 something. For convenience we are taking 3 into 10 raised to meter per second. That divided by when light travels from rarer medium to denser medium, the speed decreases. That is a point to remember. Speed decreases. Speed means, in the case of vector quantities, that is speed means velocity. Velocity decreases. When you are going through a highway or bypass road etc., there is no traffic log or something, or LDF or UDF or no strike or something like that. When we can, if sufficient petrol is available for us, that means then we can ride very fast, very easily. We can relax, just relax and ride. But in the case of some roads like Srihari, at the time of 3:30, 4:30 or 5:30, lot of traffic, we cannot relax. If you want to attend a marriage function at the time nearly 6:30, suppose you are the these two persons are the chief guests, then looking at the clock, looking at the clock, looking at the watch, that means the velocity decreases. That means when it travels from rarer medium to denser medium. Comparing vacuum and air, vacuum is the rarer medium and air is the denser medium. That means 3 states of matter: gas, liquid, solid. Then moving from gas to liquid, again the velocity decreases. In gas, the atoms, that means one molecule is present there, another molecule is present. The interspacing between that molecules is very large in the case of gas. That is freedom to move. That is why diffusion happens in the gaseous state. Diffusion. That means some sweet flavor or something, some food or something like that, easily diffuses. That penetrate almost. Are wawa like that. But in the case of liquid, no such penetration, but it is better than solid. See, suppose at nearly just before 3:30, the school time actually 3:30, but 3:25. That means near the border. Seats are available, but not so free between 2 and 2:30. It is limited, but after 3:30 you have to stand here and look at the watch or something like that. Some having a knee problem, like that, and putting some ointment and using some sauce. That means when light travels from again air to liquid. Again air to liquid. Comparing air and liquid, air is the rarer medium and liquid is the denser. And again if light travels from, see, now this is liquid medium, then solid medium. Solid medium means what? Glass. Glass is a solid, but it is an opaque object. Okay. Glass is a solid, diamond is a solid. That means the velocity again decreases like that. When velocity is decreasing, the refractive index increases. That means diamond, for example diamond, the refractive index of diamond is 2.4 to something like that. And again, this refractive index is inversely proportional to critical angle in the case of total internal reflection. That is another NVS. So when light travels from rarer medium to denser medium, the velocity decreases, okay, but the refractive index increases. So the basic definition of that is an important area to that is a reflection, based on something like that. State the laws of refraction or something, draw a diagram, angle of incidence, angle of refraction and angle of emergence. That means like this. Angle of emergence is equal to angle of incidence. These are the same angle. The difference between the lateral displacement. There is see, if there is no refraction, then the lateral dispersion, that displacement is not available. But refraction, concerning straight lines, there is no refraction. But in inclined plane, there is refraction. Exception is straight, non-inclined plane having no refraction. Again, then light travels from just opposite. That means when light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, there are two laws also. And every surface there is we can draw normals in the case of circle, cylinder or any surface like that. When light travels from just reverse, denser medium to rarer medium, the refracted ray moves away from the normal. Then another formula to memorize, DR. Denser medium to rarer, DR. DR means according to Forest Act, something like that, and this Forest Conservation Act, and also some Conservation Act in 1986 or something like that, Wildlife Protection Act in 1972, etc. like that. Deer is not an endangered species animal, but we have to protect deers also. If a person is capturing deer or peacock or something like that, then the forest department may come like Lalwalex or something like that. You are under arrest. I say you are under arrest like that. That means be careful. Deer means denser medium to rarer medium. Denser medium to rarer medium. That means denser medium to rarer medium. It will move away from the north. Away. When you are trying to catch a deer, oh deer, oh no. Duck, like that. That means it moves away from the normal, away. Oh, deer. What is the speed of a deer? Rabbit and deer, their running force is very larger than human beings. Like Indian bison or something like that. But only leopard and some lions or some tigers can catch that deer. But even deers are more faster than these, even some leopards also. In one jump, like that is deer. Denser to rarer, move away from the normal. Just opposite. Rarer to denser, move towards the normal. That means when light is traveling from diamond to glass, that means denser to rarer, then glass to liquid, denser to rarer, liquid to air, again deer, denser to rarer, then air to vacuum. Totally in space there is no such the ozone, layer or something like that. Electromagnetic rays, the maximum speed is 3 into 10 raised 8. Total field, no block, rod block or something, even not oxygen. That is the importance of optics and electromagnetic. Then dual nature means what? Dual. Dual means two. Sometimes light behaves as particles. Sometimes light behaves as waves. That is a ray optics and wave optics. The principle of reflection, refraction, rectilinear propagation, etc. we can explain based on ray optics. But interference, diffraction, polarization, we can explain this phenomena based on wave optics. At that time, light behaves as waves. Polarization means light having both parts, both the electric field and magnetic field. But when passing these light rays through some polarites or something like that, some portions may be cut off, whether electric field or magnetic field. That is like a filter. These are known as polaroids. Polarization, that is some small bias. Normally unpolarized light. Polarization is another character of light. The velocity of light is a constant 3 into 10 raised to 3 meter per second. Reflection, refraction, rectilinear propagation, etc. And even dispersion we can also explain based on the ray optics. And also wave optics, diffraction, interference, polarization we can explain based on, and Young's double slit experiment, constructive, destructive interference we can explain based on wave optics. Here the wave nature is manifest. And also concerning nuclear physics, that is also atomic and nuclear physics. Atom, until 1897, some persons, most persons, even scientists, they are thinking like that, atoms are indivisible. But after the discovery of electrons by J.J. Thomson in 1897, that theory, that means there is that theory, that outtake. Now we can say that atoms are divisible. It consists of a central part known as nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is protons, P plus N. P plus N constitute mass number. Total number of protons and total number of neutrons constitute mass number. Mass number is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. And also number of protons is equal to atomic number is equal to number of electrons. Total number of electrons in all shells, both KL, M and N. In chemistry you studied about KL, M and L, something like that. In the first cell, S. Second cell, S and P. Third cell, S plus P plus D. Then SP, DF. In the fourth cell, both SP, DF, subshells. Don't bother about that. Then sometimes light behaves as waves, sometimes light behaves as particles. Then another important question is de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is equal to H divided by P. Lambda is equal to H divided by P. What is H? H is a Planck's constant. H is what is known as Planck's constant. Planck's constant we can say that it is H. P is momentum. What is momentum? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. Here these electrons can also be considered as a wave. So lambda, H is equal to lambda divided by P. H is so lambda divided by P. H is a Planck's constant. So de Broglie wavelength, lambda is equal to H divided by P. Correct. Lambda is equal to H divided by P. Where H is a Planck's constant, P is a momentum, lambda is the wavelength associated with it. So just substitute in that equation. In the case of P, substitute as mass into velocity. And also mass is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Weight is also a vector in the first year. Plus 1. Weight is a vector quantity because weight consists of F. F is equal to M into G. G is a vector quantity, acceleration due to gravity. Mass is a scalar quantity. Mass is not a vector quantity, mass is a scalar quantity. But the combination of mass into M into G or M into A, acceleration is a vector quantity. M into G. Upward and downward motion, A changes into G. As in entrance scorching or something like that. Then change A into G. That is MA is equal to mg. Mg, that product F is a vector quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity. So lambda is equal to H divided. V consists of mass into velocity. Mass is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. H is a constant. The unit of lambda means length, wavelength, full length. One cross. That means it is defined, the unit is defined in terms of meter. Lambda is equal to meter. But in some cases it is micrometer, nanometer or something like that. Again, Armstrong, that means 1 Armstrong is 1 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Suppose in a problem it is written at 2 Armstrong or something like that, you have to convert into SI unit. That means 2 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Then if there is a square, 10 raised to 10 should be included in that bracket also. So 10 raised to minus 10, suppose 10 raised, if A into B the whole raised to M is equal to A raised to M into B raised to M. That means 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. Again A raised to M the whole raised to M. That means 10 raised to minus 10 the whole square. 10 into 2, 20. That means 10 raised to minus 20. 10 raised to minus 20 going to the numerator. That means 10 raised to 20. Again, if there is 10 raised to minus 19, 10 raised to 20. That means cancel 10 times. That is 10 raised to 1 on the upper side. That is why we are saying that there is no need to just calculate or something like that. Simple mathematical calculation. But it looks like a mountain. But converting into basic units and applying that equation, lambda is equal to h divided by 2 or something like that, it's very easy to cancel. No need to use calculator. And also the final units also. Then nuclear physics having its own contribution in even astrophysics also. For example, in neutron stars, nuclear fission, nuclear fusion also. What is nuclear fission? Fission means division. Fission means division. When uranium is bombarded with a neutron, barium, krypton and 3 neutrons plus sufficient of energy, that is known as nuclear fission. That means here uranium is split into barium, krypton and 3 neutrons. Then at the same time we can balance the mass numbers and atomic numbers on the reactant side and product side. You studied it, that is why I go in this way. The mass numbers and atomic side on both sides of the reactant side and product side, they should be conserved. That you have to verify. Then plus sufficient amount of energy. But in the case of nuclear fusion, fuse means combine. For example, fuse. This is known as fuse. Means combine. Just applying some bread, like a bread jam or something like that. Just to combine. What is marriage? Marriage means combining. Combine. But splitting is dividing. Here uranium is, fission is just opposite. See, after attaining maturity or something, one daughter and 2 sons or 2 daughters or 1 son, they are saying that father and mother, we are going to that direction. My sister is going to that direction and that brother is going to that direction. So, the total children of father and mother is equal to this daughter in that direction plus this son in this direction plus that daughter in this direction plus their contributions, their skill, their mimicry, their singing, their drawing, their YouTube videos, etc. That means energy. In the case of fission, it is energy. But in the case of fusion, that means many lighter nuclei combine to form heavier nucleus. That is happening in sun and stars, etc. That is, hydrogen is converted into helium with sufficient amount of energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. Among them, only visible light is visible, but ultraviolet means higher the frequency, but infrared means is a heating effect. It is also invisible. It is a heating effect. Infrared photographic applications. We can use infrared cameras and to detect the robots and decoys, etc. They want to see. If some persons want to attack another person's house and installing a CCTV camera or infrared camera, and that person, trespassers will be prosecuted. That means a important notice. Do not trespass. Trespassers may be prosecuted. That CCTV infrared camera is watching that person. Which time, what is the time, place, location, event, etc. In the case of physics, space, time, events, motion, these are very important. It is the study of space and time also. According to Albert Einstein, that is relative. If a body or something can travel, don't bother about that, but you will study in degree level. nearly equal to the velocity of light, then the mass increment, etc. And the time dilation, length of contraction. Don't bother about that. At that time you may study that m is equal to m0 divided by 1 minus a square by c square. That means for concerning non-relativistic motion, our normal mass is equal to moving mass. But comparing to the velocity of light, the velocity of KSRTC bus and velocity of this aeroplane, velocity of this auto or China traffic, that very small, negligible comparing to velocity of light. That is why we are not comparing with the velocity of light. But if a object or a person approaching the velocity of light, then the condition may change. Means suppose if a person having 50 kilogram, then that is moving mass to be considered. That moving mass is equal to rest mass m0 divided by square root of 1 minus c square by c square. That in the textbook, especially by SLR or something like that, comparison of gravitational forces versus electrostatic force. That is charge versus mass. On the left side or right side, charge, mass or something like that. That is written. That is why it is written that m is equal to m0 divided by. Don't worry about it. Just understand like. So this nuclear physics is very important, especially nuclear fusion, nuclear fission. See one thing, atom bomb. The principle behind atom bomb is nuclear fission, but the principle behind hydrogen bomb is nuclear fusion. In 1945, don't write Second World War. Don't think about the Third World War between internal combat, something like that. The newspaper, just going to newspaper, there may be a Third World War or something like nuclear war. Third World War broke out, then you cannot. So pray, it may not. So in the Second World War in 1945, after 6 years or something like that, it started in 1939. After Hitler attacking or capturing Poland or something like that. That is why in some films, Srinivasani is saying that don't say about Poland like that. So Hitler captured that Poland. As a result, Second World War broke out. At the end of 1945, see when Japan soldiers insulted some persons of American citizens, especially some women or something like that, America having that, not Brahmastra, but they prepared this atom bomb on August 6 and August 9. Just 2 days break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat like that. They are martyrs. Living martyrs are available. Even in Japan also. That is atom bomb. And also some contributions of some Israeli scientists or something like that, PhDs or something like that. The principle behind atom bomb is nuclear fission. But the principle behind hydrogen bomb is nuclear fusion. In nuclear fusion, lighter elements combine to form heavier nuclei with excess amount of electromagnetic energy. That is nuclear fission. Nuclear fission occurs in stars, sun, etc. They can generate heat and light. Stars can generate heat and light, but moon reflects the rays of the sun. It cannot generate light or something like that. Even Earth cannot generate light. But stars and sun, they can generate heat, light, etc. They can generate electromagnetic radiations. Of nuclear, not fission, fusion. That means small. That means join. See, assume the diameter of sun and stars, etc. like that. Assume the diameter for solar system. So astrophysics, welcome to astrophysics. It's very vast. I am very interested in astrophysics. So after completing PG or something like that, all the best, please write a thesis or something and submit it. Paper presentation 1, 2, 3 or 5 or something like that. Make a PhD, then post doctorate. Okay, all the best. Then going to electronics. Going to electronics means PN junction diode. Very important to say, PN junction diode. In the PN junction diode can be divided into P region and N region. P region means positive region. Positive region means the deficiency of electrons, that may be termed as holes. On the other side, electrons, the charge of electrons is negative. So PN, these two junctions used to form a PN junction diode. What are the uses of diode? For rectification. Rectification means what? Converting AC into DC. See, this AC, fan, light, etc. was under AC. But our rectifier, mobile phone, etc. and same train, railways, Indian railways. You like Indian railways? Very good. Arey Baba. Go to a 2 hour journey in Indian Railways, North India, East India, West India, South India, and welcome to Bihar also, North Indian schools also come to. Please prepare and come and prepare for a 3 days journey. Okay, but inside some offices, that is especially see in a office, for example, mobile phone, laptop, some TVs, etc. They are working based on DC current. DC current means direct current. There is no this much. So concerning the ripple factor, steady current, no variation. Here the current is not flowing in two directions, only one direction. That is the difference between AC and DC. And also one thing to be noted is that AC generator works under Fleming's right hand rule, but electric motor works under Fleming's left hand rule. That is very important. Fleming's right hand rule, that is generator. Generator means we have mechanical force, but we have to generate electricity. For example, in an auditorium, the current is gone. We have to generate electricity because the next day marriage function or something like that, or some engagement function or something like that, minister coming and they eating the food and to and fro, something like that. In darkness, it is very boring. So we have to generate electricity. Just assume it. No money for assumption. So we have input, but we have mechanical and muscle power. Push up 6 pack or 8 pack or 12 pack or something like that. No disease is also a gift from God. And also that is generating electricity. That is the output. Fleming's right hand rule. So the diagram of AC generator, that is also important. That means in the case of DC generator, that is different. So the parts, brushes or something like that. That means each and every time it is rotating. That is generator. Especially generator works on the principle of Fleming's right hand, but motor works on the principle of Fleming's left hand. Inside the atom, inside the molecule atom, nucleus. That means inside the nucleus, just simply, inside the nucleus, proton. Hello proton, how are you? Give me your number. Just assume it. Inside the nucleus, proton and neutron. So proton plus neutron is equal to nucleons. Total number of protons and neutrons, that is the mass. So when an element is written in the left side bottom, that is atomic number. On the upper side, mass number. So in a nuclear reaction, you have to balance these situations. On the reactant side, and like Narendra Modi, mere bhaiyo or mera bahano. The reactant side and product side. At the same time, taking exercise, just relaxing your body. That is good for our kidneys, heart, etc. like that, blood circulation. Even inside the class. Next is PN junction diode. I am assuming that you are asking or thinking like that. So, not telepathy or something. That means PN junction diode. That is forward biasing. What is forward biasing? When the positive of the cell is connected to positive of the diode, and the negative of the cell is connected to negative of the diode. That is known as forward biasing. That means barrier potential. That means positive is going to this side and negative is going to this side. That is to and fro, to and fro, to and fro. So all the grass of this palm, they vanish. Then the graph like that. He said left, right, left. That means gas destroys. Thus, that means the very easy part. But in the case of reverse current, no current flows. Why? See, there is no need to flow in that direction. Positive direction, negative direction. No need to use even that path, like a galvanometer. Null deflection, that is zero. In the case of null deflection, no current is flowing through the galvanometer.